So we've known each other for a long time, but how did you get in the industry originally?
Yeah, so I went to school for hospitality and hotel management. And out of school, I actually got a summer job at a resort in Muskoka, which really just exploded my love for the industry. And I worked various hotel jobs from there, everything from restaurant server to front desk to coordinator to sales manager, front office manager. I've done it pretty much all at the hotel level. And then working with groups in the hotel, I actually became involved in booking third-party teams. So that's really how I became aware of the industry, and then ended up getting a job at another agency, which is where I met you.
Yeah, awesome. Perfect.
Yeah. How did you get into the industry?
I'm a little bit different. So I was needing a summer job through university. Not even close to going to school for what this industry is. But I needed a summer job, and I found a posting online for the housing agency where we met. Started as a summer job and got a few hours through the school year here and there. But unfortunately, I graduated into the 2008 recession, and they were kind enough to keep me on board at the time. And then that really quickly became all I knew. So I had to grow a lot of my knowledge organically through like my own education and learning from people like yourself, like when we worked together originally. And yeah, this has just became all I've known. Stuck in the industry. Okay, so the elephant in the room all the time when we get on calls is everyone always asks us, why do you have the same last name? Is it a family business? What's going on over at EventConnect? So do you want to tell a story on why our names are the same?
Yeah, so we are actually sister-in-laws. We are married to brothers. We met actually before our family situation. We worked together at another housing agency many moons ago. And then, yeah, just through mutual friends, we met our husbands, I guess. And the rest is history. It's not a family business, but
almost.
We're still family.
We're still family, yeah. All right, so do you want to tell us a little about your procurement team, how many people are on the team, the different departments that are involved there, and what that structure looks like?
Yeah, so we've actually grown a lot this year. We actually have two segments in procurement. We have our hotel contract specialists. They do a lot of the hotel negotiations. And then we have our coordinators who really are our front line. They're helping our hotels with their onboarding and doing a lot of the research behind the scenes for our contract negotiations.
Awesome. So one thing that comes up a lot when we're onboarding new clients is the concept of what is the experience of our contracting team? So do you want to give a little bit of insight about some of their past experiences and what makes that team so strong?
Yeah, so we have a lot of staff that come from the hotel level itself, some past coordinators, sales managers, front desk agents. They have a lot of experience in the tourism sector from their schooling, customer service backgrounds, a lot of the components that are really needed and transferable skills into our department.
Awesome. So from our procurement team and that staff that you work with, what are their expectations of you and maybe EventConnect as a company?
Yeah, I mean, I think their expectations are to come in and feel like they are part of a team. A lot of the work that they do is independent, but we are a team here, and we always work together to make sure that we are supporting one another. And we also try to foster a really fun environment. I want people to want to come into work every day, and I think that we've worked really hard to create that environment here.
And what about some of the technology and some of those pushes that you've had with our development team this year that have also impacted their jobs and what their day-to-day looks like?
Yeah, so we are such a fast-paced part of the company, and we've really honed in on some efficiencies this year with our tech in terms of procurement. So I think that's really helped the team and really helped with our scalability. It's helped us grow our standards. What we thought were our standards, we've set new standards this year. So that's been amazing to see.
Awesome. So do you want to describe some of the key metrics or some of the KPIs that your department uses and that you use with the team to make sure that we're keeping pace in this crazy growth market that we're in and all the scale that we're experiencing right now?
Yeah, so some of our key metrics we look at are how many rooms we're contracting on a weekly basis, how fast are we contracting those rooms, what is our average contract size, our average rates and our net revenues. We've really grown those exponentially this year, so I'm really excited to see what those look like into 24.
So for your team, you guys aren't necessarily always talking to the user or those athletes or the parents. So how does your team contribute to that reservations per travel team metric that we as a company have really surrounded ourselves with this year?
Yeah, so we're really focused right now on making sure we are picking the right hotels for our events. Where do people want to stay? What rates are they booking at? What amenities are they looking for? Really using that data from year-over-year events and looking into past data has really been helpful for us. Making sure that we're always creating that new hotel feed environment. So when a team hits our feed and they're looking at their hotel options, 9 months in advance, it looks great, but what does it look like at 6 months or at 3 months in advance? We're always making sure that we're reordering that feed to create that great hotel environment for the team when they're coming through the system.
Yeah, that really helps to empower those amazing experiences that we talk so much about.
Yeah.
So your team is also really involved in our customer onboarding and listening to the needs of our tournament directors. So how does your team take that information and apply it to the events, and what do you see a lot of those rights holders and what their expectations are of our team internally?
Yeah, the most important part, I think, is meeting those new clients and doing that initial onboarding call and finding out what's important to them. Are hotel brands important to them? Do they collect points? Is there a specific location of the city they're looking to put their teams in? What kind of experience are they looking to create for their participants? We really take all that back to our team and we go out and we do the best job that we can do. And then we do what's called a go live call, where our event organizers can view the job that we've done, give us feedback, and we can make any corrections or pivots from there.
Awesome. And how is the team working with different stakeholders in the city, whether it's, government or some of the hotels in the market? How are you guys creating that experience?
Yeah, so we work a lot with CVBs as well. So we'll work with them to onboard a lot of their hotels ahead of time to make sure that they're receiving the RFPs so that they can respond to them in a timely fashion and they don't miss out on that opportunity to be on the feed when the event goes live for those teams.
Awesome. And how have you found, this year we started doing a lot more market visits, we've been on the road a lot more. How have you found the impact of just being there in person in those markets and talking with those stakeholders in the city?
There's nothing that beats it, honestly. The in-person meetings, they make everything so much more seamless. When you can create a connection with somebody in person, those in-person connections are so important when we are dealing with 500 emails a day. They're gonna recognize your name when it comes into their inbox, and they have that connection with you. They're gonna have that trust in you to, talk to their hotels about your company, what you can offer, how you can help them, and what issues you can help them solve in the market.